Welcome to a small update in this bull market where layer ones are doing great. I've made an update on Harmony and Phantom yesterday and they are still accelerating. So if you want to get some target points, that video is probably something you should be looking at. Right now we're going to do a short update regarding Bitcoin and Ethereum as the markets are just consolidating. Many altcoins are still on the ground, and that means that I'm still eager to wait for those until I guess December before I'm jumping into the markets. And also Bitcoin is just consolidating, through which we're going to look at the levels to watch on the higher and lower time frames. But before we're going to continue, do not forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram where you can find daily content on the markets. And also do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and like this YouTube update if you enjoy the content. Looking at the price action for Bitcoin, not much has changed. We're still showing an identical chart as what we have witnessed yesterday, in which a crucial level has been holding for support, which is, as a matter of fact, that 59k level. And that 59k level is still very important to sustain in order to avoid any breakdown. Actually, the green zone is the one that you should be watching. So if you want to scale into Bitcoin at this stage, it's still fine to do so, through which we're just consolidating right now, resulting in the fact where altcoins are doing really well. But not all of them are doing well. Phantom is doing well, Harmony is doing well, Veracity is doing well, and also some DeFi tokens are waking up nicely. So we might be getting into a new DeFi season and everyone is searching for staking and farming results, which I'm currently trying to achieve as well, fully sharing in my platform, as you might know. So the price action on Bitcoin is relatively boring at this point, and it's also the same with the indices. They're just moving sideways. I'll just have to get the other chart going. What we see with Bitcoin against USD here is that we came all the way down towards the lower levels of support here, right? So we get all the way back towards the support levels after losing this support here at 63.6, rejected ourselves there, and we dropped all the way south. So this rejection resulted in that breakdown towards 60k, which is quite normal to be happening at this point. And then we refused to drop even further towards 57 or even potentially 55.6 as the price bounced all the way back up on Sunday just before the weekly close and new weekly open, through which the CME futures gap was closed. Right now, given that we've broken through 61.5, we got all the way back towards the resistance zone, and then you're looking at levels that are important to watch if you want to see price continue. So the level that I'm assuming that's going to be interesting here is the level around 61.6. That is the level that I want to see sustain in order to see continuation happening towards the upper highs. And if we get above this red line once again, it's very likely that we're going to break through this one and get continuation happening. But after 61.6 is crucial level, it is very important to realize that if we get a break above this level and we can't hold, squeeze ourselves back into the range, we are probably going to fall all the way back down towards the other side of 59.7, and then we're going to have some more sideways action as we are making lower highs and probably lower lows too. So that is something to keep in mind. If Bitcoin is going to hold 61.6 and gets towards this range, but immediately rejects and actually drops beneath 63.5 once again, you should be relatively cautious on the markets, as then you most likely get an overshot towards the other side of the range, and then you're getting weakness overall, in which you most likely are getting some more lower lows, lower highs into November before we're going to make any reversal at all. So that's something that we should be watching. If it breaks above 63.5, is it going to flip there? If yes, new all-time high is going to be the game. Very simple, you can use Fibonacci extension to derive the one, and the first small one is 71.6k. Looking at Ethereum against USDT, we are getting towards new highs. We are still not making a new all-time high at this point, but as you can see with this structure, it looks a little bit shaky. We know this structure from earlier on, in which we've also had retests of levels happening before we started to continue moving. Good grind, but the actual acceleration like we have been seeing in 2021, that is still what we should be getting at a later stage in this market. I'm not assuming we're going to get it now already, but I think we're going to copy paste this entire structure that we've witnessed in 2020 to 2021 as well. Upside is usually higher than what you assume is going to be happening, so in that case I think the markets will go higher than what everyone is expecting to do so. Looking at Ethereum, crucial level that I'm looking at is still the same. We're still looking at the level around 37.50. Second level after that is the entire range around 35. But any of these two, I preferably want to see sustain as support at this point, as then you can clearly give continuation. We might be getting something like this in which we swoop the high or sweep the high and get all the way down and get some more consolidation before we continue moving throughout 2021, and then we get a copy paste of this structure that we've witnessed here. Ethereum against Bitcoin, still pretty much the same, still facing this resistance zone. It's not really breaking through it yet, so we're facing this resistance zone that we have here. No breakthrough yet. Good bounce though, that is great, but after this bounce up, I preferably want to see a higher low happening at this stage. And the question is what Bitcoin will be doing. If Bitcoin is going to accelerate relatively fast or drop fast, Ethereum against Bitcoin will be dropping too. But at this stage, I think Ethereum against Bitcoin is not an entry point. Technically, you could be arguing that we're still making lower highs, lower lows, although we've just cracked the recent lower high. So I'm not too much interested in ETH against Bitcoin at this point, and I'm looking at lower levels. Similar with Cardano against Bitcoin. Yes, it is at support, but I want to see more confirmation of actually a bottom to be happening before I'm getting interested. Because we've also been seeing those bounces happening earlier on. We've also seen one in September and October, and then we crashed all the way down towards the end of November before we actually reversed, and that even got a retest once again. So we could be getting all the way here and get a retest in this region, and then I'm interested into a long. But right now I'm still relatively cautious when it comes to the altcoins. And I'm just watching Bitcoin, staking, watching Veracity and some other altcoins. And if you want to know more about my trading strategy and how I trade in those markets, don't forget to become a member of our group. I'll be back later today with another update on altcoins. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and have a wonderful day.